Well, hi everybody. This is going to be my first video. I'm going to start doing videos showing you the things that I'm making and how I'm making them. Today I'm going to be making a spring salad with grilled chicken over top, chocolate bits inside of it. Also, I'm going to be putting like sesame seeds, some other nuts, some cheese. So let's have some fun. So anyway, here we are at the grill, and we're going to see what I'm starting to do over here. And excuse me for not being really good at doing this yet. It's going to take me a little bit of time, but we're getting there. And let's go with showing you exactly what we're doing here. So we've got some nice chicken breasts, and we've got them on the grill right now. So we're not doing smoking today. We're just doing just regular grill, using natural gas, something quick and easy, so I don't have to do a whole lot to it. It's not going to take a whole lot of time. So I'm trying to show you things that you can make that aren't going to take a whole lot of time to do, but are going to be good, nutritious, and living in that paleo lifestyle. And as you can see, I've been doing this for a while. I haven't lost a tremendous amount of weight. That was not my goal when I did this. I'm a cancer survivor, and I decided I wanted to live a healthier lifestyle. So what I did was I started looking at what type of lifestyles were the healthiest, at least something I could live with, something that would be easy for me to do, that I would enjoy eating, and have fun with. And the paleo diet is that. It's the only things I really give up are kind of like the breads and so forth. Those are not really allowed, but I can make some paleo breads, and I'm going to do that in some later episodes. So bear with me as we go through this journey. This is just the beginning of it, and we're going to go from there. So I'm going to stop this for now, and I'm going to be doing some editing. Hopefully I get good at doing this editing and have everybody enjoy themselves. That's what this is all about. It's all about enjoying life, having fun, and eating well. So stay tuned. All right, well, we're getting a little bit closer now. I've got the stuff on the grill. It's still going. I flipped it over. Let's take a look at it real quick so you can kind of get a gander of what this looks like as it's being cooked. And doesn't that look delicious? What we're going to do, we take our tongs, we push on it, and see how that's kind of rubbery? That's how we know that this is not fully cooked all the way through yet. So, do a little shuffling around here, and we're going to let it cook for a little bit longer. The whole idea is that you test it with your tongs, or if you're using a fork, whatever. Push on it. Don't stab it, because then you're going to start draining all the juices out of it. So you just want to push on it. As you push on it, you kind of get a feel for whether it's rubbery or spongy or soft. And you want it to be firm. Firm means it's cooked. Chicken, pork, we want to cook it all the way through. We don't want to leave any type of redness, pinkness, blood, juicy, yes, but not bloody. So that's what we're aiming for here. So in a few moments, I'm going to be pulling this off the grill, and then we'll reconvene back in my kitchen, and there I'm going to start putting things together so we can get a look at that. Okay, we're back in the kitchen. Isn't that the magic of television? Here we are. We're going to take a look at the chicken so you can see what that looks like, and the other ingredients that I have here available for us. Now, I do apologize for my video not being really good skills. It's going to take me a little bit of time to get better at doing this, but I promise you, if you stick with me, I will get better. I will do much, much better. Well, the first thing we're going to do is we're letting our chicken rest. And I'm going to turn this down just a little bit so you can see just a little bit better what it is I'm going to be doing when I'm using my hands. So, and I might be a little bit off screen, but I want to be able to kind of show you what it is I'm doing here so you can kind of get a feel for exactly how I'm doing this. So, first thing I've done is I've gone out and I've gotten some spring lettuce. Now, usually I grow this in my garden. It's not my garden. We're getting towards fall. Not a lot is in my garden right now left. I've got peppers. I've got sweet potatoes going to be coming up soon. That I'll be harvesting. Well, they don't come up, but I dig them up. And then I've got Brussels sprouts out there, but the broccoli's all done now. I still have peppers out there. Like I said, I both sweet and hot. But everything else is pretty much done now. So that's going to be the last of it. So we're only going to be getting so many things out of the garden now this season. Now we'll start again in the spring when I start getting lettuce and radishes and so on and so forth, all the spring veggies, spring peas, all that kind of stuff. So anyway, we're starting out with spring salad. And I'm going to make us up a homemade dressing. Now, there's lots of people out there that want to make all sorts of different kinds of dressings, and that's fine. But my plan is I'm going to make up a kind of a Asian fusion type dressing here. And one thing that I forgot to grab was a new bottle of rice wine vinegar I bought. So one of the things that we're going to add first is we're going to take some rice wine vinegar. And in the comment section, I'm going to include a recipe for all this stuff. So don't get too excited if you aren't paying, seeing what I'm doing, or I'm not measuring things, because I do it by sight mostly. Sometimes I do use actually measuring cups and spoons, but most of the time I do everything by sight and what I need. So I'm only making enough to do for myself. I'm making one salad. All I'm doing is one salad. And I know I made 3 chicken breasts, but I'm only currently going to be making one salad. The other 2 breasts are going to go into the refrigerator, and they'll be for meals later on this week for something else. I'll figure something else to do. So I only need a small amount of salad. So what I'm going to do is 1 tablespoon of rice wine vinegar. Then we're going to add sesame oil. Now with sesame oil, a lot goes a little ways. It has really good smell to it. The olfactory senses just light up with this. Taste buds, everything, all part of that. So with that in mind, I'm only going to use about 1/4 teaspoon. So we're not using a whole tremendous amount of that. I'm also going to put in some soy sauce. Now you can use low sodium if you'd like. I prefer the one with all the sodium in it. I've tried several brands, and they are all pretty good. But with that, we're going to use about 1/2 teaspoon. So about 1/2 teaspoon of that. And then, for those of you that like things a little bit spicy, I'm going to use some sriracha sauce. I love this stuff. I don't use it on everything, but I do use it frequently with a lot of things. It adds some really good flavor. I like the garlic in there, the chilies. It's just a really, really good flavor enhancer. So we're going to put in about 1/4 teaspoon of that also. Now, with that, we're going to take our whisk, and we're going to whisk it up really nice. And it's going to look about like this. So you can kind of get a feel for what it looks like. And again, I'm sorry about my camera skills. I'm not quite as good at this as I would like to be, but I promise you I will be in the end. So we're going to take that, and we're going to pour that over top of our bed of lettuce. So now we have that on top of our bed of lettuce. So the next thing we're going to do is we're going to take one of our chicken breasts. And doesn't that look nice? I mean, can you see that, how nice that looks there? I mean, it just turned out just beautiful. Just beautiful. Now, you're probably going to ask me, how did I cook the chicken breast? And I'd like to let you know that I use Food Saver a lot for a lot of things. And years ago, I got one of these containers that you can use with your Food Saver. And just to give you an idea what it looks like, it's a little box, like so, and it has a top. And you put your desired meat or whatever it is you can do. I usually some type of a protein. And then I put it inside and use my vacuum saver to suck all the air out of it and seal it. And it works so well. So well. And you're going to notice I wash my hands frequently. Very important. Hygiene is a big thing to me. And I prefer to wash my hands very frequently. When I'm cooking, I want things done right, and I don't want to get anybody sick, especially myself. But anybody else I cook for, because I cook for a lot of different people. So anyway, with this, I made up kind of an Asian fusion type of marinade for that also. With that, I put in a lot of the same ingredients that I have for the salad dressing. Soy sauce, sesame seed oil, sriracha sauce, and I put some of the rice wine vinegar, not a lot because I didn't want it to start cooking the food, so to speak. So I just added a little bit of that to that. But with the proportions on that would be about, I'll write that in the things, because off the top of my head I don't want to give you some wrong answer. So I'll put that in with the recipe, so you'll have a recipe for that also for the marinade. But I did marinate the chicken. I have found that when I marinate the chicken, it turns out 10 times better than it would any other way. So with that in mind, I like to slice the chicken up really nice. Okay, so we got the chicken all sliced up really nice, and we're going to add that onto our salad here now. And we like lots of chicken, so I use the whole breast, and just creates so much good flavor, and it's so good for us. And I like that protein. So there, we've added the chicken. Our next thing is we're going to add cacao nibs. Now, these in themselves, by themselves, don't taste great. I mean, they're not sweet at all. These are raw cacao nibs. But they're full of antioxidants, and they add flavor to the salad when it's all together. Now, I do add them to different types of foods, and they do add a lot of flavor to the food. So, with that in mind, cacao nibs, this is what I'm going to add. Now, you might be asking where you can get these. I ordered them from a retailer online through Amazon. There was nobody here locally for me. So, they just have such a good smell to them. I mean, just smell like chocolate. And like I say, they don't have any sweetness to them at all. These are not a sweetness thing, but they are a flavor thing. They will add tremendous amounts of flavor. And it's like layers. We're adding layer upon layer of flavor here. So then we're also going to add some sunflower kernels. Again, these I get from a local source, one of my local groceries that I go to. And the one in particular that I go to fairly frequently for the majority of my stuff, because they seem to have a lot of stuff, it's called Myers. It's a regional place. I know they're here in the United States. I know they're in, I think, 7, 8 states. I'm not really sure. I'm here in Michigan. They're all over here in West Michigan. They're a really good place to go to. They have a lot of things that I'm looking for, and specialty things in particular. Now, during my travels here, I do plan on going out to different groceries and showing you the specialty grocery stores I go to pick up different things to make meals. And it's not a have-to thing, it's a want-to thing, because I enjoy doing different things and eating different kinds of food. I get very bored eating the same food over and over and over, day after day after day, week after week. So I don't do that. I kind of grew up that way, and now I just don't do that. I try to have something different all the time, and my menu probably rotates maybe every 6 months, but even then I'm still throwing in new dishes all the time, because I like having new stuff, and I like the challenge of creating something new, or taking a recipe that was not a paleo recipe and converting it over to paleo. Very easy to do most of the time. Sometimes it's a little more difficult, but most of the time it's not terrible difficult to do. So with that in mind, I'm going to add some cheese. So let me run to the fridge real quick and grab some cheese. And with this one, I'm going to put on some fresh mozzarella pearls. I think those will taste kind of good in there. So that's something I think I'm going to add into this one. Okay, and these are just pearls. I get them again at a grocery store. In particular, this goes for, I get these at a Sam's Club because they sell things in bulk, and I get like a pack of 3 of them, and they last for a pretty long time. Well, at least until I get ready to use them. So that works out pretty well. And with these pearls, they kind of just add a little bit of something to it. So, there we go. I'll show you when that finally gets done. Now, the one last thing that I probably would like to add to this, just for a couple things to add some color and some more flavor. So I'm going to add some red bell peppers. I've got sweet bell peppers that I grew in my garden, so I'm planning on using those as I go. So we're going to slice up a few red bell pepper, and there's a nice fresh one, came right out of the garden. And let's wash my knife up here real quick. And I have to tell you that I do kind of clean things as I go. So it's one of the things I do in my kitchen. I don't have a very big kitchen, and I don't mind that. I actually have downsized a few times now into smaller homes. And the current one I'm in is probably about 200 square foot smaller than the home I was in prior to this one. And I've kind of done that successfully as I've gone down. I don't need a lot of space. I enjoy going out and doing things. So I don't need things. I like to go do things. Do things, especially with my friends. Tonight I'm going to a haunted cornfield, and it's got a cornfield maze and all this kind of stuff. I'm actually volunteering up there, and it's going to be a lot of fun. It's called Haunted Acres. It's up in New Era, Michigan. That runs on the weekends all through the month of October, and it starts tonight. So the first 2 weekends, or the first weekend's here in September, and then continues all through October. A lot of fun. Kids love it. So anyway, if you're in the Michigan area or coming up for a visit, it's a place you might want to think about going to, and have a lot of fun. So with this, we're going to slice some nice slices of bell pepper, sweet bell pepper, and I don't need a ton of it, but just kind of make it look a little bit prettier and add some flavor. And I'll save this part of the pepper. And then I'll probably go for, I don't know, maybe breakfast tomorrow. Maybe I'll do a vegetable hash. I like doing that on the weekends a lot of times. Today is Saturday, and tomorrow is Sunday. So being a lazy day on Sundays usually for me, I'll probably just do like the little vegetable scramble for breakfast in the morning. So with that all in mind, here's our final finished product. And doesn't that look good? Oh man, this is going to be delicious. So if you have any questions, feel free to ask. Send them and answer in the comments. I will try to answer everybody's questions as I go. I will put the recipes for this in here. This is a nice, simple thing to do, not a difficult one at all. And like I say, bear in mind, this is my very first video doing this. I do plan on getting better at doing it, so just bear with me. And let's have fun. And if you have suggestions, things that you want me to make, things that you want me to convert, if you have a favorite dish that you do that is not a paleo dish, and you know it isn't, it's like a guilty pleasure, let me know about it. I'll see what I can do. I'm pretty good at figuring out how to make something, and it will taste good. It won't be something that you'll go, I don't want to eat that. No, it'll be something fun. It'll be something fun to have. So let's have fun. So anyway, signing off, and talk to you soon.